There's a coach right now that is hammering people with 50 to 100 DMs every single day while we're talking, copy pasting the same "I love your content" bullshit to people who can smell the desperations. And that's gay, by the way. Stop messaging and DMing people. They keep booking discovery calls or strategy sessions with people that care less or have zero intent to become buyers. And the worst part is sitting through 45 minutes of small bullshit talk so you can end up with the famous "I need to think about it" or "I need to go and ask my wife." And tonight, they're gonna lay in bed absolutely freaking exhausted through scrolling, checking out, chasing after people, watching some kid with less experience, less intent, and less consistency make more money and close more clients. And the funny part, they didn't message absolutely no one. And they're gonna probably think, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Good question, George. Well, I was that coach. I was that type of creator. I was that type of business owner. So I kind of have a bit of a, rightfully so, to be able to speak about them this way, because I was one of them. 3 years ago, I was that guy doing around 4 up to 6 sales calls. Qualified, by the way, sales calls every single day. Closing in total 700K, 700K in cash collected. And you know what? I was fucking miserable. Not gonna hold you. Not because the money wasn't good. Oh, the money was pretty good. Not gonna lie. But the fact that I realized this new discovery that kind of blew me away. Every fucking hour that I spent on these sales calls is an hour that I can never take back, and time that I've invested with people they gave less of a shit about me. And not gonna lie to you, I was essentially jumping on a call with multiple people, almost begging them, if not convincing them, with some weird ninja salesy shit on why they need to buy my stuff and my offer and why they need to work with me and why I had the right solution for their problem and why I can help them, and so on and so forth. And it just felt weird. It felt off. It never set right with me. Even though I was good at it, it never set right with me. So I asked the question, is there a world out there where I can actually create content and send people a very simple page where they can see the offer and just self-checkout? Would that be a world where I can focus on marketing, where I no longer have to sell? Would there be a world where I can actually go salesless and still close high-ticket clients and still build a business that can work around my life? And that question led me to building a system that I've implemented myself and created myself, by the way. It's called the 7-figure salesless system. And the moment that I went salesless, it's the moment where I had able to focus on more leverage opportunities like content, email, creating more offers, and getting more yeses without having to convince or even talk to anyone. I'm gonna show you exactly how the 7-figure sales list works and how you, perhaps, could even ditch what you're currently doing and do this and implement it within your business. So you can go salesless and not only maintain your current sales, but perhaps even grow a business that can be fully automated. And whether you use it or not, I genuinely don't give a shit, not gonna lie. But at least I can give you somewhat of value so you can actually understand or go implement some of this stuff and be in a position where you can be like, you know what? I made some money. Let me go and buy this guy's offer and just work with him so I can be able to actually scale doing this system. So if you're tired of chasing, begging, jumping on calls, really trying to convince people, this might be the best video that you can watch in 2026. But before we actually go any further, let me actually say something very important. I know there's a lot of dickheads online out there that are making ridiculous amounts of videos similar to these, showing you how you can make money online, on how you can get to $3,000 a day and so on and so forth. And they're just gonna freaking flex with you with their Lambos, apartments, yachts and watches and bullshit. And we all know that none of you care, but that's not what this is really about, at least for me. I'm here to actually show you how to build a life that suits your needs and desires. What do I mean by that? I'm not here to help you to become a millionaire so you can go flex on Instagram. If that's you, I'm not your guy. And I really give less of a shit if you wanna go and flex or not. But here's what I actually do give a fuck about. Taking care of your family, your wife, your husband, your parents, your kids, the people who actually matter to you. And being able to actually pay for whatever their need without having to worry whether the money is there or not. Imagine where you can be able to take all of your loved ones' family into a trip without having to worry about the bank account or even how much you're going to spend. Being able to say yes to things that actually matter to you instead of having to say, I don't know if we can afford it right now. And I know how fucked up that is. That is what this is about. And beyond that, it comes freedom. The kind of freedom that when you decide to wake up on a Monday morning and you want to do fuck all, you can go ahead and do fuck all. Or you want to wake up on a Tuesday evening and be like, you know what? I'm feeling like creating 60 pieces of content today. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want because I've built a business around my needs, desires, life, and the people that I truly love. The goal here isn't to get rich or to be famous, well, depending on what rich means to you. But to me, I don't really care about being rich. What I care about is, am I able to come in and live the life that I wish to live and have the option to just, pull and just have a glass of wine with my missus, wifey in the middle of the freaking day, because why the fuck not? And just having enough, more than enough to actually fucking enjoy it. And that's really what I want for you. And that's what this video is about. So what does the sales list system really help you do? It helps you build this type of business where you can make up to 50 to 100K in recurring revenue without having to chase back, convince, or even talk to absolutely no soul before they pay. Now, let me say something that's probably gonna piss a lot of people off. A lot of people in the space, really. Most business advice online is actually taught by people who never really scaled their own businesses. They just got it through selling a course to a course for the other person on how to actually get clients. Well, nothing against that. It's definitely a pyramid scheme if you ask me. But me being able to work with specific clients, first of all, I will always work one-on-one. No matter how much money I make, I will continue to work one-on-one. I'm not gonna send you a course and then you just go fuck off. That's not gonna do anything for you, and it's not gonna do anything for my reputation. I'm not here to sell you a dream. This shit took me years of sales experience and 4+ years in marketing experience for me to unlock this process and to be able to see the type of outcome that I saw. Is it worth it? Absolutely fucking yes, it is worth it. It's worth it because you can be able to build something that will work with you and for you for years to come. And whether you decide to leave it as a cash flow cow or you want to just exit and sell it later, it's definitely doable. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not gonna be the most sellable business, but with how AI is being implemented in this process and how it's gonna be a part of every single education business, it definitely could be. I've done around $500,000 with this exact system, from complete strangers cold to content, to lead magnets, to an offer doc. My best month was 108,000. And here's what most gurus won't tell you. That is revenue. That is not actual profit. The profit out of that is actually 85% of what I made. And I'm being transparent with that because I'm a solo guy. I have a VA and an editor, and that's it. Because the system allows me to be and do just that. But for whoever is telling you out there to actually do this stuff and just go and jump on calls and spend thousands of dollars on ads before being able to find anything that works, they're just fucking bullshitting you. This is actually my home setup. I don't have a team of 15. It's just me, my wife's support, and me able to actually do and build a lot of impact towards the people that I work closely with, the people that are inside the creator circle. And the reason why I have high profits because I've built this thing to actually be so fucking simple. It's not even funny. So if you are in a position where you are not that great of a marketer, or two, you're just simply a lazy type of marketer, this system would be absolutely perfect for you because you don't even have to think about marketing. This whole system is built on demonstration and an offer, which is traffic, lead magnets, offer page. Simple. Yes, it sounds too simple, but it is simple. I never said it's easy. I said it's simple. Matter of fact, if you really think about it, this shit is technically more difficult to work on right now because it's not gonna give you instant gratifications. It's something that you need to actually build. You need to build your email list, presentation skills, how good you are on camera, how good you are with crafting offers that sell, and how good you are with saying the right words and messaging that connect with your dream prospect. So if you really think about it, cold leads, cold DMs, chasing, jumping on a sales call, it's kind of the easy route. And that's why it's not that sustainable. So let me break down each step and how you can implement it for yourself. Let's first talk about the content. And content isn't what you're really thinking, right? You're seeing a piece of content that is doing what I'm telling you to do. This video is probably not gonna get a lot of views. It's probably gonna get 50, 100 views, maybe if I was lucky, 150 to 100 views. But I care less shit about the views, because the people that will see will end up relating to the type of shit that I talk about and will end up acquiring from my offer. And once they do, they wouldn't even need me to sell them. They would just come to my email list and then turn into clients. Let me explain. If you're absolutely posting more than once a day and you've been creating content for over a year or so, it's not about the amount of content that you're creating. It's the actual content that you're creating. So why is your content not getting enough attention? Your content isn't getting enough attention because, one, you're relying on organic. Organic works. It will help give you the repetition. It will help make you good at content, but it's not going to get you the predictability and consistency you need in your business, unless it will take you at least 6 to 12 months, if not, to start getting and seeing some traction with your content, or even creating the type of content that will lead the clients. And again, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying you probably want something a bit more consistent within your system. So how do we build this? We build this with one single ad that does all of the heavy lifting for you. And in this ad, all we're looking for is to impress and connect. You as a job, as a creator, educator, business coach, your goal is to come in front of eyeballs, the right eyeballs, and bring a new idea to life. Business as all, content, marketing is simply shedding light on new ideas. You have your own ideas towards your own philosophy. What you need to do is you need to shed the light on a couple of them. And you basically test between 10 all the way to 50. Yes, 50 at a bare minimum to find your outlier. And once you do find your outlier, it will continue to work for you for the next month, two, if not more. What got me to my first 6-figure month was one ad that I've spent the exact same amount on for over 3 months. One ad. So instead of you talking about your experience, because nobody gives a shit about that, instead of you having to talk about you need to direct your speech, your content, and your ad towards speaking to your dream prospects. You need to know who that dream prospect is. And I'm not talking about just niching down. I'm talking about who is the dream prospect. Who is that person? You need to describe who they are, what they want, what they relate to, and then speak to them in that ad. And a good hook for this specific ad is simply either you jump in with a problem, or you jump in with a question hook or a statement hook. The goal with the hook is one thing, which is to lead them to have enough curiosity in their minds to either be interested or not interested. And once they decide that, it shouldn't take you more than 3 seconds to be able to apply in that hook, whether they're in or out. Now, once they're in and that your hook did the job that it's supposed to do, you need to create what we call the setup. The setup is what comes after the hook, where you're basically doubling down to confirming how they can get the payoff for the hook that you've just built. And if you fuck up the setup, people wouldn't stay along to actually get to see the result or the educational piece or whatever you're going to show them in that video. Once you build the setup, then you jump into the actual information or the result in which you promised them at the beginning of the hook. If you set that up, it's as simple as a call to action directly asking people whether they want something that would help them solve an important, painful, small problem. And that's where you present a lead magnet. So think about it like a cookie. You would bake the cookies and then you would basically get them prepared in a ready plate, and then you just simply ask them, would you want one? If they say yes, you lead them to either comment or DM you to get that specific cookie. And again, this is all you building automation so you can turn attention into leads. What do you do with these lead magnets? You basically get their email addresses. With email addresses, you lead them directly into multiple automations, multiple email automations, built specifically on the back of these lead magnets. So every lead magnet would have a spine automation. The spine automation is basically a an autoresponder that you set it once and it just keeps working without you. So how would you actually get good at creating these ads? It takes testing, reps, or you can just cut through the chase and you can work with someone that can help you through understanding the fundamentals of how you can get these ads running, and you can start getting leads within less than 24 hours. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why ChatGPT will absolutely fuck up your content. Let's be real, everybody is actually using AI to create content right now, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, you need to use AI to find ideas and shape your voice, not give away your entire brand and voice. Because your voice as an educator, as a coach, as a business owner is the absolute key to getting you to actually speak with your dream prospect. When you have a voice, when you have a brand, people will see you different, because now it's the easiest shit ever to just go and get a prompt, copy, and just stay it down and just freaking say it over the camera. You think that it might work, but it won't. People will now continue to value more and more the ability to listen and find out whether the person that they're listening to is actually saying the shit that they want to say. Are they listening to that person's voice, or are they listening to ChatGPT's echo? And you don't want to be an echo. You want to be a voice. So let me actually show you what I'm talking about within the process and what this would look like, right? When I said it's as simple as to lead magnets to offer page, it's that simple. It's traffic, the lead magnets to offer page. The traffic would come from ads that basically is built once, and then it runs on autopilot. Lead magnets, it will get email addresses, and then it would go into automations. And then once the automations are triggered, it will basically either get them into one conversion event, or it takes them straight into the offer page, right? What are the conversion events? The conversion events could be either a main VSL, or it could be a paid workshop. Cannot stress this enough. The simpler it is, the easier for you to perfect each step and to be able to actually work on what matters the most, which is your content and your offers. If those can do most of the heavy lifting, then the rest can easily be automated. You do not have to actually be in each step and chasing after people. You simply have to just give them the education, get their attention, provide them with a lead magnet, get them into your email list, and then simply strike down on multiple value points and then get them straight to the offer page. And the conversion event can be either one or both. Personally, I'm going heavy on the main VSL. I just find that more comfortable and easier, but I don't mind implementing a paid workshop, especially my clients have been implementing a paid workshop and it's been absolutely crushing. As long as there is an event where you can lead people into and they can turn warm leads into hot, ready clients, they're just easily wanting to just see the offer and then they're ready to go. Let's talk about the offer page. How can you create an offer that would easily sell $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 or more without a single sales call by simply having words on a single page? Is it possible? Yes, it is. I've closed $500,000. My clients have wins of over $500,000 as well. And just so you know, this is not a website. This is a page where it has one offer and it basically shows them what they're getting, why they're getting it, why they should buy, what's the social proof and the authority, and then where to buy. That's it. That's what the offer page is. And if you're curious about, okay, but how the fuck can I build a page that can sell 20K or more without absolutely doing any calls whatsoever? How is that even possible? You can check the 20K offer template link in the description. You can just take it and copy it and build yours, and you can just start having conversations and send it to absolutely anyone. Or you can just check all of the absolute banger values that I'm gonna give you in the email after you get this specific page, because I'm keeping it fucking transparent. I'm gonna be giving you a lot of value after you get that page, and you can just go ahead and implement what I give you. And if you decide you wanna work with me, then go ahead and do it. And if you don't, at least you can enjoy and get some wins, and maybe you can change your mind. So let me quickly explain this. Why does this system works really, really well? Because simply the old way of doing things is, one, you need to create content that you hope people will see. Two, you then DM strangers, hoping that they would respond and give a fuck. Three, booking these strangers on a call and hoping they would show up. thinking they actually give a shit about you. And then you just simply, 5, keep pitching and following up until they say yes. And even if they do say yes, 1, this ain't scalable. And 2, even if it is, the type of clients you will end up working with are the absolute worst, because they weren't making that decision on their own. They were pushed towards that decision. And they would probably just say yes, either for the guarantee or because they simply got kind of cornered and they needed to say yes. And those are not the best clients that will get the best results. Those are not the best people that you signed up for, people that you wanted to actually work with and help and give them the most impact. But the 7-figure sales list system is simple. 1, you create and pay for a specific piece of content that will guarantee eyeballs and qualified leads on a daily basis. 2, you do not ask for a sale. You give them something for value, and then you simply ask for their email address. We ask for a phone number before asking for a date. 3, you create automations that both provide value and turn those people from simple leads to ready-to-buy clients. 4, you send all that warm traffic to a simple offer page that does all of the selling for you, because you've already done ridiculous amounts of effort into your content and your lead magnets and your email automation. 5, either they buy or they fuck off. It's simple. Either way, you didn't ask for no one, you didn't beg, you didn't convince, you didn't chase. People came to you. You were in a position of authority, of expertise, because guess the what? You are an expert. You need to start acting like one. So the energy is completely different. The aura that you will walk away with is ridiculous. The way you would feel when you start seeing clients come into you and just having to see closes come in on autopilot. Is it passive? Technically, it's automated. It's not really passive. You still have to fucking create a lot of content and be there and build a lot of trust and value and come in with ridiculous stories and a brand and a voice that people can trust and truly end up wanting to work with you as a coach, creator, or educator. So that's the hard part. You focus on building the thing or the asset that's gonna be with you and lift you in the future, instead of having to fuck off the things that will not add any value to your life whatsoever. Who the fuck wants to jump on sales calls? I know you don't. I don't. None of the clients that I closed from a freaking offer doc wanted to jump on a call. They were like, we saw your offer page, we looked at your content, and then we saw how automated things are. We found ourselves looking at your offer page. We bought, and you were like, I don't know why the fuck do I trust this guy? And then found myself in a position where I'm paying him thousands of dollars, working with him. Whatever the fuck he did, I need that in my business. Simple. You work your way into making someone believe the things you need them to believe, because your solution is actually worth it. And if you're having that hard back and forth to be able to close, throw in a refund, 100% money back guarantee. If you have full confidence in your product and that you will be able to actually provide a top tier quality service, you've got nothing to be afraid of. But my answer to that is, if you're a coach, consultant, or you're doing something more of a done with you or education, I would highly focus on building more trust. I would highly focus on providing more value, creating better content, being there and showing up more consistently, and giving people something that they can be able to binge over. Instead of having to be somewhat lazy with your content, you can be a lazy marketer, but you cannot be lazy with your content. You have to be a value creator. You cannot expect to take if you're not creating. You need to wake up every day with the goal of, what the fuck can I create today that will change this world? That will change my dream prospect's life completely. Because 99% of the people that will check you out will not be clients. They will just take the things you say, you teach them, you show them, you provide for them, and they can just use it on their own. So you're waking up providing a lot of value to a lot of people. Some of those people will turn to clients, but that doesn't mean that what you're doing shouldn't have purpose behind it, shouldn't want to push you enough to create it, to give it out to the world. Because at the end of the day, I live in Tunisia, man. Like I make enough money where I can just close this whole thing and just not decide to do it anymore, because I don't even need that type of money. I don't need that type of income to be able to live a comfortable life. Things literally cap out at 10 to 20K a month. You cannot physically spend more than that. Put yourself in a position where the business goals and the numbers and the things that you're doing have a bigger why, a bigger reason to why you want to be hungry and push forward to. And one of those reasons is impact, providing value that most people will just take and be able to use in their own lives. All right, so if you want the offer template, you can check it out in the link in the description. And if you want to see any other free stuff or valuable stuff, you can see in the description as well. And now that you have the entire system that would help you get leads, turn leads into warm leads, and then warm leads into high-ticket clients without having to do any calls, chase, or cold DM, absolutely no fucker, you might be wondering, then what type of content would absolutely work best to be able to create the brand and the voice that will be able to work seamlessly with the system? And to answer that question, there's a video out here. Just click it and you will get the answer.